Good evening, many thanks for joining us. This is the news on Galaxy Television, broadcasting to viewers here in Nigeria, West Africa and across the globe. My name is Tife Tanimomo. Our top stories. Members of the National Association of Resident Doctors of Nigeria on Wednesday resumed at their respective duty posts nationwide following the suspension of their 2-month strike. Plus, on the news this evening, the coalition of Nigerian opposition political parties, COPP, calls for the impeachment of the leadership of the National Assembly for failing to provide enough checks against seeming excesses of the executive arm of government. And when we take you outside Nigeria, Taiwan's defense minister warns of the risk of an accidental strike between China and Taiwan as tensions are at their worst in 40 years. Those are top stories. We'll bring you details in just a moment. A very warm welcome to you once again, and many thanks for joining us on the news. This evening, we'll begin with health-related matters as members of the National Association of Resident Doctors of Nigeria on Wednesday resumed at their work and duty posts nationwide following the suspension of their 2-month strike. The leadership of the association at the end of a meeting had directed members to resume on Wednesday. Correspondent Kunle reports that at the University College Hospital, Ibadan, members of the association complied as directed. Speaking with Galaxy News on the development, the president of the association at the hospital, Dr. Zakaria Hussein, confirmed that his members resumed as directed despite the fact that they are not happy with the position of the government on their demands.
So we resumed work this morning at 8 a.m. All units, clinics have been opened, and our doctors are currently attending to patients as we speak. So the next line of action is to hope that the federal government meets our demands. As we speak now, only about of the about 13 items that we have, about 2 of them have been met, particularly in usage, as pertaining to usage.
He appealed to well-meaning Nigerians to prevail on the government at the center of things to fulfill its promises, adding that most of the demands put forward by the association are yet to be met.
We are happy to see our patients, but we are not happy because the federal government has still not acceded to our demands. The challenges that we have are primarily central, but of course we have to route it through our hospital management, which we are currently doing. To my members is this is what we are trained for, and we are back to work, though we are not happy with the federal government, and we are hoping that they will do their best to resolve all these matters.
And to other matters, the coalition of Nigerian opposition political parties, COPP, has called for the impeachment of the leadership of the National Assembly for failing to provide enough checks against seeming excesses of the executive arm of government. Galaxy's Godfrey Shumoga reports that the COPP, which addressed the media through its spokesperson in Abuja Wednesday, called on opposition parliamentarians in both chambers to initiate the impeachment process with immediate effect.
We call on the opposition members in the National Assembly to work in alliance with patriotic members who are imprisoned in APC and seeking liberation to commence action and impeach the President of the Senate, Senator Ahmed Lawan, and the indicted Speaker of the House of Representatives, Mr. Femi Gbajabiamila, immediately as a matter of national interest. Any further delay will occasion irreversible damage to the fabrics of our country.
On the Electoral Act Amendment Bill, the opposition parties say there is a machinery in place to make it possible to complete work on it early enough for the 2023 general elections, with the issue of electronic transmission of results being the bone of contention.
We were alarmed when we intercepted credible intelligence that the APC leaders have resolved as a first option to delay the 2023 general election by ensuring that the Electoral Act amendment process will not be completed before the 2023 general election. Or in the alternative, where the pressure from Nigerians is much, they will harmonize the bill, but they will never allow the electronic transmission of results.
The group also faults the continuous borrowing by the Buhari-led government, noting there is no clear-cut debt repayment plan in view. Part of measures to restore peace in Anambra State ahead of the November 6th governorship election, the Inspector General of Police, Usman Alkalibaba, has ordered the immediate posting of a new Commissioner of Police, CP Echange from Bayelsa State to Anambra. This is coming 2 days after the burning of two offices of the DSS and Federal Road Safety Corps in Nnewi, as well as burning of the house of the Special Advisor to the Lagos State Governor on Drainage and Water Resources, Joe Igokwe. The new CP takes over from Tony Olufu, who has been redeployed to the force headquarters in Abuja, as the IGP also ordered the deployment of the police special forces to bolster Operation Restore Peace in Anambra State. Still with the police force, but now in the southwest, the Ogun State Police Command gets a new Commissioner of Police. As Galaxy TV reports, the new Commissioner of Police, CP Larry Bankole, Sikiru's redeployment to Ogun Command followed the retirement of Edward Awolowo Ajogun, who clocked 60 years on Thursday. The police wireless message reads, Inspector General of Police has ordered the posting of Compo Larry Bankole Sikiru to Commission Police of Ogun State. Posting is with immediate effect. Police command has paraded 30 suspects for crimes ranging from illegal possession of firearms, kidnapping and cultism, among others. The State Commissioner of Police, Mohammed Ali, while briefing newsmen on the command's success from August till date, said the successes recorded can be attributed to dedication of men of the force. He also disclosed the arrest of 6 additional suspects involved in the murder of a Delta Prince and 2 officers in April this year. The police boss also raised concerns of the rate of cultism as the suspect spoke on their involvement.
Men of A Division, well on stop and search, intercepted a commercial bus coming from Onitsha, and upon search, total number of 750 rounds of cartridges were recovered from one of the passengers, who of course is the principal suspect. By his arrest of suspected cultists foiled initiation process.
Also, like from second or level, like almost 40 or 50 minutes. Crowd shouted, help you, help you, help you, help you. So when we run to the place, the ball was down and it was still breaching. So I now pick up the ball to my shoulder to try to run to rescue to the hospital.
I came to our house and we were making a search to find the barrel gun in my husband's room. So,
You're still watching the news on Galaxy Television. We stay with crime-related matters as operatives of the Amotekun Corps in Ondo State arrest 18 crime suspects for various offenses. We'll bring you details of that story just after this break. Stay with us, please. Many thanks for staying with us. This is the news on Galaxy Television. Now, for more updates and latest news, visit our website at www.galaxytvonline.com or subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Galaxy TV Nigeria. We're live on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Galaxy Television. Do follow and interact with us at that platform. Don't forget to follow and tag us on our Instagram page at official Galaxy TV. You can also avail our eyewitness feature via WhatsApp. If you have breaking news around you, simply share your story by sending short clips or videos of the news on 0818-6666-669. Our social media platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate your live updates and comments. We take you to Ondo State as operatives of the Amotekun Corps in that state have arrested 18 suspected criminals for various offenses. The suspects were paraded by the Amotekun commander before journalists in Akure, the state capital. Correspondent Shegun Falomo sent in this report.
This is another success story for operatives of the Amotekun Corps in Ondo State. This time, 18 suspected criminals were apprehended at different locations in the state. This feat is in continuation of the command's determination to rid the state of criminals under the Operation Clean Up Ondo State. They were arrested for various offenses such as kidnapping, internet fraud, armed robbery, among others. One of the suspects was arrested for kidnapping a 4-year-old boy. The suspect confessed to the crime.
I left to that house. I know his father and I know his mother, and I still know that my daddy will have a supermarket for there. With our one car, I go sell and so I go use and get money. How much if you want seller? 200,000.
Teku Commander Adetunji Adeleye said the suspects will be charged to court after thorough investigations.
We are terminating Operation Cleanup for Phase 2, and we are going into Phase 3 of Operation Cleanup. After this, those that we've concluded investigation on the criminal activities will go to court.
He said some of the suspects will be handed over to other sister security agencies for further prosecution.
It's undergoing interrogation as soon as we conclude investigation, because he is the leader of a group of 5. He has given us the details of the 5 men and we are on them.
From Akure, Shegun Falomo reporting for Galaxy TV News.
Now, governors from the southeastern part of Nigeria and stakeholders forum have condemned the killings in the region and agreed to join hands with security agencies to end the carnage. After about 4 hours closed-door meeting held in Enugu, Chairman and Governor of Ebonyi State, Dave Umahi, said the meeting resolved to support security agencies to restore peace in the southeast. The group also condemned the Monday's sit-at-home order issued by members of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, urged the government and people of the region to reject it henceforth.
Resolve that governors and all the people of the southeast do everything within the law to ensure that there is no further sit at home in the southeast and that people are allowed to freely move about in the zone. The meeting agreed that Southeast Ebubago Security Outfit be launched in all the southeast states and laws passed in various southeast states before the end of 2021, and directed security agencies to ensure a peaceful election in Anambra State come November 6, 2021.
The meeting, which had 4 governors of the zone in attendance with Anambra absent, resolved that the sub-region security outfit, codenamed Ebube Agu, be launched in other states before the end of 2021. And our analysts have condemned, the Nigerian Communications Commission (NCC) disqualifying anyone below the age of 18 from registering and owning a subscriber identity model SIM card in Nigeria. This is according to the draft copy of the modified restriction of telephone subscribers regulations published on the Commission's website. In the modified regulations, NCC limited telecom subscribers to only include anyone above the age of 18. NCC said regulations were made in line with the powers conferred upon the Commission by Section 70 of the Nigerian Communications Act 2003. Speaking with Galaxy Solomon Ofe, analysts said this policy from NCC is retrogressive.
in Nigeria, we always have a policy somersaults. If NCC did not allow children under 18 years to register for SIM, and you allow children under 18 years to register for identification, then what is a kind of policy somersault? Because one thing there is that what stops a child under 18 to own a phone? Not even in this period that we are in the technological age in which a child of 3 years can play with iPad basically to learn. If you don't allow children under 18 years to register a SIM, I will register SIMs and I will distribute it for my children to use in my name.
I think it's a retrogressive policy. Well, in advanced countries, and that's probably why they look at us as the third world countries. In advanced country, we're looking at how the younger ones, even below 5, can actually have access to gadgets, have access to technology. And, you know, there's something technology does. Gone are those days when you have to use a desktop computer to teach pupils. There are tablets that actually use SIM cards.
They also talked about the security implications of persons below 18 years not having SIM card and by extension not having any mobile SIM or mobile phone. We'll move on to the other stories we have for you at the moment. As the world celebrates the 2021 World Teachers Day, the Provost Federal College of Education, Abeokuta, Dr. Rafiu Shoyale, has stressed the need for continuous training for teachers both at private and public schools towards the attainment of qualitative education. He made this known in a chat with newsmen at the World Teachers Day celebration organized by the Colleges of Education Academic Staff Union, COHESU FCE Abeokuta chapter. The celebration, which was first of its kind to be organized by the union in the college, was, according to the provost, a good step taken by the COHESU FCE Abeokuta chapter as the institution recognizes the enormous contributions of teachers to nation building. Earlier in his welcome address, the COHESU chairman, FCE Abeokuta chapter, Oluwafunke Oni, said the year's celebration was put in place to celebrate dedication and excellence.
If you go to the public sector, you will see qualified and well-trained teachers. And that is why government continues to give them all the job training. We call it CPD, Continued Professional Development. They do it for them. But you may not really have that with the private sector. But that's not to say we don't have qualified teachers there too. Because here we produce teachers. And the Federal College of Abeokuta is a center of excellence. All our products are standard. I can bear with you.
We will continue to celebrate ourselves. Why do we need to celebrate ourselves? We are teachers of teachers. We are trainers of trainers. We are the ones that mold the society. We are the teachers of all the profession. So why is it that we cannot be celebrated?
And now to Benue State, state and local government pensioners in that state are demanding the payment of their pension arrears, as over 100 of them staged a peaceful protest across major streets of Makurdi to register their displeasure. The pensioners, under the umbrella name Aggrieved Pensioners, led by the chairman, Akoso Alex, accused the governor, Samuel Otom-led administration of refusing to pay their entitlement, as the state's pensioners are owed 32 months of pension arrears and 74 months pensioner arrears for local government pensioners. While the pensioners took to streets with placards and singing solidarity songs, they lamented the sufferings and challenges of feeding their family and the maintenance of health needs due to lack of funds, appealing to the governor to settle their arrears, as many of them are dying.
They have not been paid 32 months and the 74 months state and the local government pension arrears. Always, as a result of no payment of our own salary, our own pension, our own children are no longer schooling. They are out of school long ago. Pensioners are dying on a daily basis because they cannot afford maintenance, ration and drug.
Other pensioners who expressed pain that they are being treated like slaves and blindfolded to tricks and deceit and endless promises by the governor say up till now the Benue State government has not harmonized the pension payable to its retirees since 1976, as some pensioners still receive as low as 800 naira. Meanwhile, the pensioners vow to continue to protest until their demands are met.
The state government have been owing us,
not you in particular,
have been owing us 32 months of pension arrears and unpaid gratuities. For long, our pension, for decades, not months, our pensions have not been harmonized. It will not surprise you that some of our pensioners have been placed on 4,000 naira, some on 800 naira a month.
It has not been very easy. My children in the university and those that are in secondary school and primary are out of school, and I'm suffering. It is the work of my wife and the work in the farm that is sustaining me. Last time they pay me is 2018.
The Benue State government is owing us 32 months. I won't lie, it has been extremely difficult because we have children that are unemployed. Even when they work with companies, the companies aren't paying them well, or they don't even pay them. It's one the state government to see how they can clear these accumulative arrears.
You're still watching the news on Galaxy Television. It's now time for us to take you outside Nigeria to bring you international news.
Welcome to news from the international scene. Tensions with China are at their worst in 40 years. Taiwan's defense minister has said, warning of the risk of an accidental strike between the two. Chiu Qiu-ching's comments came after China sent a record number of military jets into Taiwan's air defense zone for 4 consecutive days. Taiwan considers itself a sovereign state. China, however, views Taiwan as a breakaway province. It has not ruled out the possible use of force to achieve unification. While Chinese jets have not been flown all the way to the highland, Mr. Chiu warned that there was a risk of misfire. Taiwan's air defense zone, which it monitors for threats, extends over an area that covers the Taiwan Strait and large swath of the Chinese mainland. They consider jets crossing an unofficial line between China and Taiwan as an incursion. Mr. Chiu also warned China would be capable of mounting a full-scale invasion of the island by 2025. He was speaking at the parliamentary committee in Taipei, considered a multi-billion-dollar defense spending bill to build missiles and warship. Acknowledging that China already has the capacity to invade, he said such a move would get easier in coming years, though he did not elaborate. Taiwan broke away from the mainland as communists seized power in 1949. Analysts have warned that Beijing is becoming increasingly concerned that Taiwan's government is moving the island towards a formal declaration of independence and want to deter its president, Tsai Ing-wen, from taking any step in that direction. A number of Western allies of Taiwan have expressed concern at China's open display of military might recently.
And now, for more updates and latest news, visit our website at www.galaxytvonline.com or subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/GalaxyTV Nigeria. You can follow and interact with us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/GalaxyTV. Don't forget to follow and tag us on our Instagram page at Official Galaxy TV. You can also avail our eyewitness feature via WhatsApp. If you have breaking news around you, simply share your story by sending short clips or videos of the news on 0818-6666-669. Our social media platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate your live update and comments. Join us again at 9 p.m. Nigerian time for our primetime news bulletin. My name is Tife Tanimamon. Good evening.